Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today, a little one versus the other. Littleton versus Highlands Ranch. Who comes out on top? Where should it be?
That's right.
Could be subjective. Maybe I think differently than he does. Doesn't matter. It's about what you guys think. Let's get into it.
All right, let's check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out our channel, welcome. And while you're here, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. That way you get notified every Tuesday and every Thursday when we drop a new one of these, telling you everything there is to know about moving to or living in the entire Denver, Colorado area.
100%. And we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. I'm laughing because while he's saying his intro, I try to stare into the side of his head to see if he'll if I can make him mess it up. And ends up just messing me up, right? Karma, imagine that. But either way, Littleton Highlands Ranch, we're gonna go, man, just blow for blow, punch for punch on these today. Figure out what's on top. I wish we could tell you guys that we've had significantly more clients move to Highlands Ranch or Littleton than the other, but believe it or not, we've had handfuls move to both. There's a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences that do sway the decision as far as who goes where. But man, it is probably within 3 to 5 clients of each other as far as how many have gone to Littleton versus Highlands Ranch. So let's dive into it. Let's go over not necessarily some pros and cons, but just attributes that you might like more than the other that might sway your decision.
Now let's start off with location, because this is going to be one of the biggest similarities that they have, which is the exact reason we wanted to do a Highlands Ranch versus Littleton video. So starting off, they are both on the west side of I-25, okay?
Correct.
And you're further north than you would be from like our typical Castle Rock or Parker down south. So you're definitely not fully up north. You're kind of central Denver metro area, but on the west side, closer to the mountains.
Denver, we're a clock, and Denver's in the center of the clock. Littleton's more 8.5. Highlands Ranch is more 7. Right? See how much easier that is? He always makes fun of my clock, so you guys can even see what I was talking about. It's so much more simplistic than whatever he's got going on.
Than just using names and words. Weird,
homeschooled.
Right? Yeah.
Homeschooled.
Weird, logical.
He gets
weird
away
how
with
that
this
works.
stuff. Moving forward. Moving forward, okay?
Hey, all right, here we go. Diving into it. Now, with them being so closely located together, they're neighbors. Anytime someone's looking to move to Littleton, they're often asking about Highlands Ranch. Also vice versa. So we want to make this video to really dive into many of the differences, which is what we're going to go into now. All right, now starting off with what I would consider one of the biggest differences that you're going to find is the types of housing that's out there, okay? Now, Highlands Ranch is a very established city. It's one of the older ones that we have here. The majority of Highlands Ranch homes are going to be built in the 90s, like the early 90s to early 2000s, meaning they're already 20 to 30 years old. So a lot of times you're in these homes looking, and if they haven't been updated already, they're probably in need of some updates.
Correct, unless you are going to Backcountry.
That's right, Backcountry.
I like saying it like that. This sounds like it's bigger because it is bigger. It's awesome. You got some nice luxury homes that are in Backcountry on the backside of Highlands Ranch. An amazing area. They've got a nice clubhouse that's there. Brand new homes, really cool. And in addition to that, you're also proximity-wise to Christian Valor High School, which is a private school. If you guys don't know about Christian Valor, really cool. Dive into some of that. We could even put some links below these videos so you guys can check that out. But a lot of cool things about what the new side of Highlands Ranch is doing. In addition to, you might need some upgrades, but the new side is awesome. A lot of good stuff there.
Yes. Now, what you're going to find in Littleton, you're going to find a lot of 1950s, 1960s, 1970s homes. Yeah. I mean, a lot of brick homes, very much ranch style.
I don't know why I was so aggressive about that.
That was.
He's talking brick and mortar.
That was. Yeah, literal brick and mortar.
It came off like I'm favoring Highlands Ranch over Littleton. I don't know.
Yeah, so you're going to find, 1950s to 1970s.
And this is My kitchen?
For the most part, but then you're also going to find, if you head way southwest in Littleton, Sterling Ranch, which is a brand new build development, which you will not find 1950s
No,
homes
they've
out
got
there.
fiber optics that are ran through the ground. They have like
Yep.
over a gig per house of
Yep.
internet, and it's almost like its own little like smart city, small
Yeah, it
city.
is.
Because like for example, if a kid goes missing in that neighborhood in Sterling Ranch, your street lights will like flash a certain color to let everyone know that a kid is missing or whatever it may be, so everyone can be on the lookout. Little cool stuff like that. It also recycles rainwater, which is one of the only like neighborhood / small city areas in the country that does that at all. So a lot of forward moving opportunity there.
Yes.
Their lot sizes are a little bit smaller. Your backyards are not going to be huge if you're diving into Sterling Ranch. Not everybody wants a huge backyard. So preface that, but you have a Youth Sea Health facility that's there. You've got a great coffee shop. You're right off of Santa Fe, so your commute to 470 and into Denver still isn't terrible, but a lot of really cool stuff going on there.
Yes, and you are very, very west, so you're pretty much nestled right up against the foothills.
Roxborough Park.
Near Roxborough State
Lot of
Park
cool
down
stuff.
there. You know, moving forward into shopping, because that's shopping and dining is another kind of big difference between the two. So Littleton, you're going to have a dedicated downtown spot, Old Town Littleton. I don't know if they call it Old Town Littleton, Old Littleton, Downtown Littleton, but it's a really cool historic strip where you've got just a lot of the cool little downtown things, coffee shops, bars, breweries, chocolate shops, things like that.
And that's
Downtown
all right
Littleton's
off of
super
Santa
cool.
Fe, correct?
Yeah.
And then just a little bit further down Santa Fe, you also have like the Tattered Book Cover. You've got the movie theater. You've got Breckenridge Brewery. That's down there. But everything is kind of like off of that main strip, Santa Fe. In Highlands Ranch, not necessarily an old town of Highlands Ranch. You do have more, I would say, like strip malls. That are out in Highlands Ranch. You're not
shopping
too far.
centers.
Like little shopping centers, medium-sized shopping centers. You're not too far from Park Meadows Mall. But I will say, not everything is just off of a main drag. Like your main drag in Highlands Ranch is 470, right? C470. And you still have to kind of get off and dive into the different areas to find these little strip malls. It's not like it's all on one main drag. There's a little bit more tucked away and a little bit more driving that's required out there as far as getting what you want. It's a little bit, I guess, more spread out might be the right answer.
I would look at Highlands Ranch being more chain focused. You know, they've got all the big restaurants that you would, all the big chains, all the big shopping chains that you would want. Littleton, downtown Littleton is more mom and pop shop, not hole in the wall place. Like still very, very nice places, but more just independently owned than, you know, a lot of the chains that you might see in Highlands Ranch.
Correct. And just a reminder, depending on the type of housing that you want, and if you are leaning toward more something like a Highlands Ranch, you're not that far from Littleton. And no one says you can't go into Old Town Littleton and have a great time, or go to one of the breweries in Littleton yet still living in Highlands Ranch. You're probably within 12 to 15 minutes of anything in Littleton that you would like to get to if you are living in Highlands Ranch. Not that I'm omitting Littleton's better. Not at all. Just food for thought.
Now talking school districts, okay? This may tip the scale for you guys. Littleton is always in the top 5. Right now they're sitting at number 3 as far as top school districts in Colorado. Sitting at number 4 is Douglas County, which covers Highlands Ranch.
Correct. So they're both in the top 5. They're both awesome. You might get a little bit more competitive sport on one than the other. Either way, I'm pretty sure Littleton was still credited with like a Colorado Academic Award. For like the 8th time. We'll throw some information on there as well. We've also done a video recently on school districts in Colorado and the best ones to be. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely watch that one because we speak to that award. So even though they've trickled down to number 3 versus number 2, which was behind Boulder at number 1, still a lot of great things that are going on in there. Douglas County, again, hey, it's not that they're not great. They're still in the top 5, but definitely some food for thought. And again, I'm going to mention Christian Valor, which is a private school, which if you're living in Littleton, Highlands Ranch, or anywhere, your kid can go to school there. However, if you are living in Highlands Ranch, the commute would be a lot better. So if you haven't looked into like charter or private schools out in these areas, in addition to the public school districts, definitely something that you want to look into.
Yes, now they're all top 5, so it's not like one is going to dramatically be better investment based off of school district for you. They're all going to be good. That's one good thing I love about Colorado. The many things I love about Colorado is that we have so many good school districts here. You know, really, wherever you end up in the metro area, you're bound to find a good one. So with these two both being in the top 5, you can't lose on either one.
Correct. And hey, we're not trying to make one better than the other. If I had to pick, I'm not sure what I would pick. I'd probably say Highlands Ranch because it's just closer to where I live right now. So the closer I can be to where I'm at, then better. And we also have an office down here in Castle Rock, so the closer I can be to Castle Rock. So for me, it would be definitely a commute thing. And I love Backcountry in Highlands Ranch. It's hard to beat. It's phenomenal. The type of homes that you have out there, the views that you have out there is awesome. And I love going to breweries and having some fun and doing the recreational side, but I don't necessarily need to live by the recreation to have the the recreation. So I feel like, personally, I would be more going toward the different types of homes and what I could do in Highlands Ranch with that versus the recreational side of Littleton. And that's obviously minus school districts. School districts are super, super important to myself. However, we're also looking at Christian Valor for our kiddos' school. So we're also looking at the private side in addition to public. But minus that, because we're undecided what we're going to do, if we're looking at everything else, I think I'm a Highlands Ranch guy, and I would go in and enjoy the breweries in Littleton, and I would get my little butt back home.
Yeah, man, I would agree. I would say the only thing that would tip my scale towards Littleton is if I was just the type of person that was dying to be as close to the mountains as possible. Highlands Ranch is pretty far west, but Littleton gets just a little bit further. So if you are one of the people where you don't want to live in the mountains and deal with everything that comes with mountain living, but you want to be as close to it as possible, Littleton might be a good option for you.
Eli was also in a rock band. And maybe he's still trying to live that. And I know like those breweries put on some great concerts and some different stuff. So he might just be there on the weekends at night. Maybe he's living in Littleton for the mountains, or because he's still living his dream, right? Rock and Roll University, whatever that is. Either way, if you guys have questions on his drumming ability or your real estate needs, that number's popping back up below. And we are reminding you that we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we will love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that is still up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. If we can help you, we would love to. But until next video, you guys enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. Let us know what you think. Let us know which one you like better. We will see you guys very soon.
All right, see you guys.
And we're getting after it. We're going to go a verse. We're talking about... Man, that sounds silly.